Well, just like the Farm Bureau Holiday Shop, Louisiana ag enthusiasts also look forward to the State Fair this time of year. Joining me now with this week's Ag Minute is Kristen Oaks. And Kristen, you have just made a road trip to Shreveport for the annual State Fair, and I have a suspicion that you didn't go there to ride the Tilt-A-Whirl.
Well, of course, Mike, you know, every October when I was in school, it meant 2 weeks off of school for the State Fair to show cows. But since my very first year in 1997, I haven't missed a trip to the Louisiana State Fair. But it wasn't until this year's trip that I realized the fair is about so much more than just a cow show and a Ferris wheel. It's a showcase and a celebration of Louisiana agriculture.
This old barn holds decades of memories, especially for Frank and Sandra Sotil. They've been here every October for the past 60 years.
The first year I came to the State Fair in Shreveport was in 1950.
Frank and Sandra met through 4-H and shared a passion for livestock. But she says Frank didn't catch her eye until the State Fair, when he brought home the grand champion steer.
The boy I was with, he said, "You want to go with it?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And I jumped out the car and he put me on the corner, and here comes Frank and he picked me up, and when I did that, I said, there's something there.
Since then, the Sotils passed that passion onto their 3 children and 6 grandchildren. And even after many champions and purple ribbons under their belt, the Sotils say the State Fair is so much more than just a cow show.
It's just being involved with family. Show your kids the work ethic. Let them be together, be competitive, but be truthful on what you do. And that's what it's all about.
Walk through any of the barns and you'll find that same passion in the youngest exhibitors here. 10-year-old Logan Vest worked all year long, brushing, feeding, and training his heifer Bella for the big show. Logan says he looks forward to the State Fair every year, well, because it's his favorite show.
Because whenever you're done showing, you can go out back and play around.
From the Tilt-A-Whirl to the tractor pull, chicken on a stick, or a sizzling steak at the cattleman's kitchen, the State Fair offers something for everyone, both young and old.
The State Fair is a showcase of agriculture. It's a state of our cultures, who we are. And what it does, it brings people in from all walks of life so that they can see what agriculture has to offer.
LDAF Commissioner Dr. Mike Strain grew up showing livestock right here at the State Fair. While Strain says these old barns could tell years of his stories, none are quite as good as the ones you'll hear from Frank and Sandra Sotil.
Now, if you haven't had a chance to visit the fair this year, don't worry, you still have time. The fair continues until November 13th. Now for this week's Twila Trivia. Last week's question was, what is the most popular Halloween candy? And while it's definitely not my favorite, the answer is A, candy corn. On to this week's trivia. Where was the first U.S. State Fair? Is it A, Hutchinson, Kansas, B, Dallas, Texas, or C, Syracuse, New York? Now log on to our website, twilatv.org, submit your answer, and we'll send a lucky winner this week's Twila prize pack. Now still to come on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Texas cotton is all but gone. How did Louisiana fare? Find out on The Bottom Line coming up.